One question I get a lot when talking with families, especially after the death of a loved one, is why would I need a trust? And a lot of times people will say, I inherited all of my grandmother's stuff and it all just came right to me. So why would I need a trust? Well, a trust really, the biggest reason why people would have a trust is one is probate avoidance. So if you have a trust and things are titled properly within the trust, there's no need for a person to try to get letters of office from the county because everything flows through the trust and there's instructions in that trust that allow the trustee to be able to manage all the assets after a death. So probate avoidance is one of the biggest reasons. There's some others which Kevin can go into as well.
I often hear, well, I don't have to have a trust. I'm not a wealthy person. And really, the analogy that Dennis and I use when we're speaking with people is I refer to it as a box. And much like a Christmas or a birthday present, the trustor, the person that makes the trust, puts everything they own in the box with the sheet of instructions and it gets sealed up. The box generally doesn't get opened until somebody passes away, although in other episodes we can talk about variables with gift distribution and other things. But when somebody passes away, the box is open. We avoid probate altogether and can immediately move to disposing of real estate. If you want to sell a house, you can do that immediately without any court intervention or any expensive bonds through the title company. It allows for quick disposition of property, with the trustee acting on behalf of the estate. And it's not for wealthy people. The reality is if you own real estate in Illinois, you're going to be beyond that $100,000 small estate affidavit amount, which raises the specter of having to go through probate, particularly if you have bank accounts and other things that aren't vested or titled, as Dennis refers to them, in a trust. What else do you see the benefits of a trust?
Another big benefit is if you name beneficiaries on every account and one of your beneficiaries were to unfortunately predecease you, you would have to go back into every account and adjust your beneficiaries manually, whereas a trust accounts for all of those types of eventualities.
Correct, and one of the things that sometimes we discover when we're working with people for the estate plan, if people have been married more than once, often we need to go back and look at old 401ks, life insurance policies to make sure that prior spouses are no longer listed as beneficiaries. I've worked with more than a handful of clients where somebody passes away and the current spouse was not changed to the beneficiary of a 401k or a life insurance policy. And the reality is that's a contract. And if you were divorced 20 years ago from your first spouse and didn't change the document, that first spouse is going to get whatever those proceeds are. So if nothing else, part of the estate plan more broadly when you sit and talk with folks is take a look at what you have and update it as necessary, modify it, change as appropriate.